Shalom. Call Halayim La Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem or Kakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone who rule and teach well. And a sincere shalom to the 144,001 third. Salakia. So I came across this video. It's this aircraft, fighter jet called an A-10 Warthog. If you are familiar with the video game Call of Duty Black Ops 2, one of the kill streak rewards was this vehicle. And this is a very powerful, aircraft. You know, it's essentially a flying tank. It can take a lot of damage from attacks from other aircraft and land attacks and wherever else. It's like a tank with wings, and it has the largest machine gun on any aerial vehicle in human history on it. So I'm play a few clips of it, and this is one reason why the elect are gonna get spiritual power and have the angels, all right, the ministers of the Most High, the Elohim, to step in, because this right here is not nothing to play with, man.
This is the A-10 Thunderbolt II, an iconic attack aircraft that's essentially a flying tank. Now, you've probably heard the A-10 referred to by another name, the Warthog, and that's due to its fierce, aggressive, and distinctive appearance. In fact, it's been said that the A-10 is the ugliest, most beautiful aircraft on the planet. Now today, I'm here at Moody Air Force Base with the 23rd Wing Flying Tigers to learn all about the A-10's incredible design and capabilities. But we're not just talking theory, because we're gonna have the chance to witness a live fire demonstration that I promise you won't want to miss. So just a warning.
Sam, welcome. Moody.
It's good to see you. I'm here with Captain Josh Flores, call sign Fuego. Now, Captain Flores and I actually went to school together at the Air Force Academy. We graduated in the same class. I always knew you'd be doing big things. But what can you tell us about this jet? What's it like to fly the A-10?
Yeah, Sam, one word, it's incredible. The jet was designed for close air support. It's close proximity to friendly forces, so those dudes on the ground, when they need help, they call us. But
find the most iconic feature on the A-10, the 30mm 7-barrel Gatling gun known as the GAU-8 Avenger. It's one of the most powerful guns to ever be strapped onto an aircraft, making the GAU-8 Avenger the first gun in history to get its own plane.
Well, Sam, this is the GAU-8 Avenger, our 30mm cannon. You see it's got 7 barrels there, can hold about 1,150 rounds of that 30 mic, shoots at 70 rounds per second for 3,900 rounds per minute. We got 3 different types of rounds. You have your armor piercing, your high explosive, and then your target practice round. You can really think that high explosive is almost like an individual hand grenade coming out of...
Now keep in mind, this thing takes out tanks, takes out pretty much anything you can imagine, okay? It can take it out. And I've seen videos of it in action. Yeah, this is hot. That's spiritual power, man. That's power from the Heavenly Father right there. Okay, that's not no normal. Like, it's too powerful for any man to counter it, man. All right, this plane. I don't know if it shows the bullets in this video. I forgot, but the bullets are like this, almost the size of your forearm. If that thing hits you, all right, your body's going to explode open, okay? You might even, like, some of your flesh may even just burn up to a crisp. That thing's not no joke. So let's go to Luke 24, Luke 24 and 49. And behold, I send the promise of my Father upon you. This is Yahweh speaking. But tarry ye in the city of Jerusalem, until ye be endued with power from on high. Now, yes, this is talking about the apostles, the 12 disciples. But guess what? This is going to apply. This has already applied to the Israelites here in Babylon the Great and to the whole earth. Okay, and that power we received is the scriptures, is the breakdown of these scriptures. That's the power that has been received to us. But it's gonna flip. It's going to turn into physically being enhanced through the Spirit to combat our enemies, whether the enemies be small or great. Let's go to Jeremiah 16 chapter, and in verse 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that it shall no more be said, Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, which is talking about Babylon the Great, and from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith Yahweh, and they shall fish them. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. Okay? So that fishing is happening now. All right? And that the fishing isn't exclusively talking about Israelites. The heathen have to hear their judgment too. It's the Israelites. It's everybody that's a human being, all right, that has the appearance, the likeness of a human being that's being fished. And then same vice versa for being hunted, because the Most High is going to raise up his elect, all right, with that spiritual power, and it's going to be able to combat and defeat this 810 warthog and these drones and these humanoid looking robots and whatever else Esau comes with. Okay, so let's play a little bit more of this video.
All right, moving on to the wings.
Fair use.
You've got 11 hard points, or just pylons that are mounted on the wing and then under the fuselage itself. You can put a whole bunch of different stuff on here. So we have your AIM-9 mic right here, an air-to-air missile. You can carry a bunch of different bombs. So you have our laser-guided bombs, you have the GPS-guided bombs, small diameter bombs, which give us a little more range, all the way down to the Mark 82, just dumb bomb.
And that thing is limited. Okay, it has 8 missiles on it and a machine gun. The spiritual power is going to be far beyond that we receive.
Body kit. You have the air-to-ground missile.
Lord's will, we're part of the elect.
65, AGM-65 it's a tank killing missile, right? Just what this jet was built for. This one's a Delta model, so it's IR seeking. Then you have the main gear well here. And if you take a look at how big that tire is, it's built basically so we can take off and land from austere locations, like I'm sure you've seen the highway videos or any dirt strips. This jet was built for that.
Yeah, and the few times I've seen the A-10 fly, I was actually impressed with kind of its speed and agility. I mean, I know it's not known for going fast or being agile, but you guys can dive pretty steep when you're doing those strafe runs, huh?
Yeah, well, you got to think where we're going into, right? We're strafing a target, we're dropping bombs in a target.
The A-10 gun is now fully loaded, and I was just told we're going to have a few other surprises in... I'm here at the Grand Bay Bombing and Gunnery Range, just a few miles to the east of Moody Air Force Base, and this is going to be our playground for the live fire demo. Now,
before it goes to it, let's go to Isaiah 40. Isaiah the 40th chapter, in verse 31. But they that wait upon Yahweh shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. So the elect is going to be able to take flight and meet this in the sky. All right, the elect is going to meet this in the sky.
standing on a tower about 500 meters away from the impact area, which consists of a strafing zone and various connexes that the A-10s are going to target. I was told this is the... That sound you just heard from the 30mm gun is probably...
And remember, when that gun shoots and you hear the noise that it makes, which, by the way, sounds eerie similar to the Harvester Terminator, all right, from Terminator Salvation. It's the bullets hitting the target is the first noise that you hear, and then the second noise you hear is actually the bullets being launched, all right? Let's go to 2 Thessalonians. The second chapter. 2 Thessalonians, second chapter, and verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, who? The Edomites, which is so-called white man, whom Yahweh shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, who? The Israelites, bring down the downfall of this place by lining up what's happening and what's going to happen with the scriptures, which is prophecy. It shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, which is Yahweh Shai coming back with the host of heaven, which is the armies of heaven, to conquer and destroy. All right. Verse 9, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. So all this technology that Esau has is coming from Yahweh on the left-hand side through Satan. Okay. Now let's go to Micah. Actually, let's think they're not done with this demo. Let me see.
Because the round from the 30mm gun is probably the most iconic gun sound in the world. And if you listen closely, you'll actually hear two sounds. The first is the rounds actually hitting the target, because the rounds travel faster than the speed of sound. And the second sound is the gun itself. It's a lot more mechanical sounding, and that's because of that 7-barrel spinning and firing. It's pretty cool.
All right, that's it for that. This is Micah 4:10. Be in pain and labor to bring forth, O daughter of Zion, like a woman in travail. For now shalt thou go forth out of the city, and thou shalt dwell in the field, and thou shalt even go to Babylon. There shalt thou be delivered. And this is talking about Babylon the Great. All right. This is not talking about Nebuchadnezzar with the southern kingdom. All right, because the southern kingdom was not. The northern kingdom was never under the rule of the Babylonians. They were under the rule of the Assyrians. And after their Assyrian captivity, they came here to the Americas. All right. And the Zion represents all the tribes. Okay. Micah 4:10. Be in pain and labor to bring forth, O daughter of Zion, like a woman in travail. For now shalt thou go forth out of the city, and thou shalt dwell in the field, and thou shalt go even to Babylon. There shalt thou be delivered. There Yahweh shall redeem thee from the hand of thine enemies. Now also many nations are gathered against thee, that say, let her be defiled, let her eye look upon Zion. But they know not the thoughts of Yahweh, neither understand they his counsel. For he shall gather them as it sheaves into the floor. Arise and thresh, O daughter of Zion, for I'll make thine horn iron, and I will make thy hooves brass, and thou shalt beat in pieces many people, and I will consecrate their gain unto Yahweh, and their substance to Yahweh the whole earth. So guess what? All right, the elect is going to turn all the way up to defeat whatever these heathen come against us. Gog and Magog, okay, the Edomites, which Gog and Magog are Edomites. All right, these Babylonians, all right, these Carmenians, these Ishmaelites, these Moabites, all of them, all these nations. All right, these 2/3 too. Let's go to John. Let's go to St. John. All right, the 14th chapter and verse 12. And it reads, verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do, shall he do also. And greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father. So, because of Yahweh Shai, all right, the Israelites, the elect, are going to turn up. All right, Yahweh Shai, he could summon armies of angels. All right, he could manipulate the elements to turn water to wine. All right, he could literally transform. All right, like you see Goku or Naruto or Luffy, these fictional characters, Superman, how they transform. All right, Yahweh Shai transform. All right, let's end that off right there. So you're gonna see Jake's out here transforming. All right, this is Micah, Matthew the 17th chapter, and verse 1. And after 6 days, Yahweh Shai taketh Peter, James, and John, his brother. So John, his brother John. All right, because there's multiple Johns in the scriptures. And bringeth them up into an high mountain apart, and was transfigured before them. So transfigure is just another form, another way of saying transformed. He transformed in front of them, and his face did shine as the sun. So he was glowing. He was radiating energy that wasn't previously there, and his raiment was white as the light. So his clothes turned white. They were glowing white. So Yahushua straight up transformed on them, man. And you're gonna have the elect out here transforming. All right, to go against an 810 Warthog and these what do they call them in X-Men? Sentinels. All right, you know Esau got stuff like that, and whatever else Esau got in his back pocket that he's gonna unleash on the Lord's people. All right. So Adonai Rosh is edifying. Shalom.